Hello, my name is Dr. Eve Valera, and I'm an associate professor at Harvard Medical School and a research scientist at Massachusetts General Hospital. In honor of Domestic Violence Awareness Month, I just want to take a few minutes to talk about intimate partner violence. Intimate partner violence is any violence perpetrated by a partner, a wife, a boyfriend, a girlfriend. It could be past or current. And it does not need to be physical. Partner violence can take the form of physical violence or sexual violence, which is sort of physical but has different connotations, and also emotional abuse or verbal abuse. Coercive control is one form of intimate partner violence that people may not recognize as actually being violence. So when partners may track others or look at them a certain way to scare them because they know that look means that they may get in trouble. So coercive control never leaves a mark, yet it's considered intimate partner violence. What I want to talk to you about today is increasing our recognition of intimate partner violence around us. 1 in 3 women globally experience some form of physical or sexual partner violence in their lives. So it's very, very common. Yet we don't necessarily recognize it because it's not necessarily a fun topic to talk about. It's very stigmatizing. And maybe if someone's experiencing that violence, they may figure they don't want to burden somebody else, or they're afraid the partner may find out. But it is around us. And I can guarantee you, if you're watching, anyone who's watching this, you're going to know somebody who's been affected by intimate partner violence, and it may be you yourself. So my basically message right now is to reach out to people. Check in on loved ones and think about their relationships and ask if they're safe, if they feel comfortable in those relationships. And if they don't, figure out if there's something you can do about it if they want to. In terms of resources, the Domestic Violence Awareness Hotline is wonderful, and it can provide all sorts of resources. And there's a lot of other things on the web as well. So if you or somebody you know is trying to get out of a relationship that's abusive, or you're not sure it's abusive, there are resources that can help. But as a person, the most you can do, the best way I think you could be helpful is just by offering help, offering assistance, and saying no matter what happens, you'll be there. If they choose to stay with the partner, if they choose to leave the partner, if we want to call it a choice at all, because sometimes it doesn't necessarily feel like a choice in terms of staying or leaving, especially when women being threatened with their lives. One last parting bit of information is something that I study for a living, and it's the effects of brain injuries in women who have experienced partner violence. Unfortunately, many, many women who experience partner violence are subjected to brain injuries from the various abuses. And the brain injuries are often, if not mostly, gone unnoticed because they don't necessarily leave any marks. If somebody's head is hit or slammed against something, there could be a brain injury without any visible mark happening. But if that person feels disoriented or confused, or maybe briefly loses consciousness, or has trouble sleeping later, or is very irritable, that may be the sign that someone might call a concussion has occurred. So when we're thinking about partner violence, let's also be aware of whether or not there are injuries that women are sustaining that are not visible. I talk about women in part because that's what I study, and women are more likely to be physically injured from partner violence. But it is absolutely the case that partner violence affects men as well and across the gender spectrum. So with that, I just want to close. I want to ask you to please reach out to friends, families, neighbors, coworkers, find out if they're safe in their relationships, because otherwise intimate partner violence thrives in silence. It's one way that intimate partner violence can go unseen for so many people because people don't want to talk about it. So let's change that and start the conversation. Thank you so much, and I hope you have a wonderful day.